Thank you, team, for that mesmerizing performance and a grand artistic welcome. From visionary thinkers to compassionate humanitarians, great leaders inspire us to dream big, act bold, and embrace the challenges that shape our journey. We have one such leader in our principal, Reverend Dr. Binu. Reverend Dr. Binu is a member of the missionaries of St. Francis de Sales and has been serving as the principal of St. Francis de Sales College since May 2023. As a distinguished academician and psychotherapist, Father holds a doctorate in family therapy from St. Louis University, USA, and has completed a postdoctoral fellowship in child trauma from the University of Missouri, USA. He is also the author of 3 insightful books and has dedicated his life to education, counseling, and holistic human development. We now invite our beloved principal, Reverend Dr. Binu, to address the gathering.
Check.
Dear Professor Paul Salins, our chief guest, Mr. Damodaran Subramaniam, our guest of honor, Reverend Dr. Sabu Francis, Rector of Suvidya College, Reverend Dr. Shibu, our Vice Principal, Reverend Father Robin, our Administrator, Sister Sylvia, Provincial of DSFS Sisters, Dr. Vijay Fidelis, our Dean of Academics, Dr. Sudhir, our IQAC Director, my dear Deans, Assistant Deans, Program in Charges, faculty members, Dieselites, my dear parents who are watching us online, and my dear freshers, the newly coming in Dieselites. Good morning. Very happy to be here with all of you for this inauguration of the new academic year, Deeksharambha 2K26. We are very privileged to have 2 distinguished guests with us. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to visit Professor Dr. Paul Salins at Kiran Mazumdar Cancer Center and Research Center at Narayana Hrudayalaya Hospital. Our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Jekar Shetty, is a good friend of Dr. Paul, and our Vice Chancellor is the one who recommended him to be our chief guest, and he is so close by here, and we are so privileged to get him as our chief guest here. Yesterday, after I talked with him, spent some time with him, he took us around to see a few things in the Cancer Research Center and the hospital area. And listening to the amazing things that he had done, I felt a little small, or very small, thinking such a great person, would he even come to a small college like ours? Narayana Hrudayalaya, probably Dr. Paul will explain, is a group of hospitals, 22 of them in India and a few outside India, and focusing on the latest research and development in treatments, pharmacology, and latest technology in the medical field. Dr. Selins told us how he started all this from nothing. Kiran Mazumdar, the owner and the MD, I believe, of Biocon Industries, and Dr. Devi Shetty of Narayana Hridayalaya, picked him up from his previous place, and I believe because they knew the right man, brought him to this Bommasandra and told him to build a cancer research center. And there was nothing. Just a plain land was given to him. And from that plain land, he built up that research center. Today, with so many scientists, doctors, researchers working there, a lot of doctors taking care of patients and providing immense measure of service to the society. Such a great person is with us. We are so privileged to have you, Dr. Paul. A special word of welcome to you. Thank you for being here. Our Dr. Colonel Sudhir is the one who introduced us to Mr. Damodaran Subramanian. And I read a little bit about him, his profile, and he's a genius. I would say a walking encyclopedia and one of the great minds that we could ever get. We will hear a little bit about his profile and we will listen to him. Such amazing persons we have amidst us to inspire us, to motivate us. Special word of welcome to you, sir. My dear fathers, dignitaries, faculty, staff, and students, it's a very special day for us. And in a very special way, I would like to welcome our freshers, all the incoming dieselites. Thank you for choosing SFS College. Thank you for being here. And thank you for saying yes to future growth and development. Because today, that is our theme, Ad Crescendum, towards growth. Towards growth. Many of you could have stopped with high school. Many of you could have stopped with +1, +2 or PU college. Many of you could have dropped out of school even before high school. But you kept the growth process going. And that is our theme today, towards growth. I would like to use a short story. There's a story of a rich man with a very palatial house. And he had every comfort, convenience in that house. Everything possible. Because he was super rich. And in his backyard, he had a very large pool. And it was a hobby for him to grow some wild creatures in that pool. So what did he have? On one side of the pool, he had some alligators, crocodiles. And on the other side, he had some sharks, huge fish, monstrous fish, the sharks. That was his hobby, growing them. One day, he called some of his friends for a dinner to his house. He prepared a very sumptuous dinner with many, many courses. And so the friends were all enjoying the dinner. And at the end of the dinner, he invited his guests to the pool side. Come on over. I want to show you something. So he brought them to the side of the pool. And these guests, for the first time in their life, they were seeing such huge crocodiles or alligators and such huge sharks. They were scary. Big animals, big creatures. So this rich man made them to look at these creatures for some time. And then he said, I have a challenge for all of you. Is there anyone among you who can jump into the pool and swim from this end to the other end? Is there anyone among you who is ready to jump into the pool and swim from this end to that end? And if you do that, and if you reach the other end, ask me anything. I will give it to you. I will give it to you. Anything you can ask. And the guests started looking at each other, started looking at these creatures. You think anybody would jump? No, they were so scary. So they started pulling themselves back, moving a little bit behind. And as they were looking at each other, looking at these creatures, suddenly they saw one man in the pool, swimming from this side to that side, evading the alligators and evading the sharks. So as you were swimming that side, the alligators would come. Then he would evade them and swim this side. Then the sharks would come. Then he would evade them and he would swim this side. So he kept swimming, evading these animals, these creatures. And they were all watching in amazement. And he kept swimming, and he was looking exhausted, panting and breathing hard. But he kept swimming. And he went ahead and he finally reached the end. He got to the end of the pool. And he came out exhausted, not even able to breathe, looking shaken, scared. And everybody clapped. And they were surprised. They were shocked. And the rich man went up to him, congratulated him, and he kept his word. Wow, what a great sight. Ask me, what do you want? Anything you ask, I will keep my word. Ask me, what do you want? And the man, still breathing hard, looking at everybody, he said, I want only one thing. I want the name of the guy who pushed me into the pool. The name of the guy who pushed me into the pool. My dear friends, maybe there are moments in our life where some of us feel pushed into the pool of life. And the pool of life that we are pushed into may be scary. It might create anxiety and fear, a lot of uncertainty. We don't have too much control over the circumstances of our life. Sometimes we are pushed into that. And we have scary situations, scary problems coming across our life, and we keep evading, and we keep swimming. My dear Dieselites, today as you begin your academic journey at SFS College with this Deeksharambha towards growth, there are many things uncertain ahead of you. There may be many things that you are anxious about. As you explore our small campus, as you get to the systems here and get familiar with the teachers and companions and the classes and the studies, there may be a lot of things that you are unprepared for. There will be many nights where you may have to spend long hours preparing your assignments, preparing for exams, preparing for tests, meet the requirements for your degree ahead of you. Many of you may be sitting here with the butterflies in your stomach, little anxious, little nervous, little shy, not really knowing how things would look ahead. But be sure, SFS College is here to accept you as you are. as you are. You don't have choice over the family you are born into. We don't have. We were born into a particular family. We don't have choice over the culture and the tradition and the language that we were born into. We were born into that. We didn't have choice. But today, as you come to SFS College, you have a choice. You have a choice along with your family to connect with many other families. You have 1,000 companions here joining this year in UG courses. 1,000 dieselites joining UG courses. So you have a chance to connect with many other families. You may be speaking your own language, but you have a chance to connect with many other languages. You may be coming from a particular culture. You have a chance to connect with many other cultures. That is the opportunity placed before you, and SFS College is here, ready to accept you as you are and open the doors of opportunities for you. You can either weep over the circumstances of your life, or you can make good choices towards growth. Today should be the starting day of a new resolution, a new journey towards something bigger, something greater. So as you begin your academic life here at SFS College, and as we welcome you with the warm wishes, I just would like to leave you with 3 thoughts to carry with you throughout your academic life here. First, recognize who you are and what you have. Recognize you are someone very special, uniquely talented, with a lot of gifts and possibilities. You don't need to look at somebody else and compare your life. I don't have this, I don't have that. You are somebody special, uniquely gifted. Build on that. Recognize who you are and what you have. The second thought, be resilient. Be resilient. Even with all the realization you have about yourself and with all the gifts and talents you have, there may be a lot of challenges, a lot of troubles, a lot of difficulties that you might face. But be resilient. Never, never give up. Keep moving ahead. Just like that man swimming and evading the sharks and the alligators, keep swimming, keep moving ahead. Don't let disappointments and discouragements to stop you. Be resilient, remain strong. And the third thought is reciprocate. Reciprocate. You are here because there are 100 and thousands of people who supported you in your life. Your parents, your family members, your friends, your neighbors, public officials, everybody around us contributes to our life in some way. They have been a blessing for us. Many people have been a blessing for you, and you are here because of that. They have gifted themselves for your growth. So today, as you begin your academic journey here, and as you move into graduation after 3 years, remember to reciprocate. What is the meaning of reciprocation? Return back. Give back. Give back to the society. Give back to the family. Give back to the friends who supported you. Give back to the country that supports you. Give back to the community that supports you. Reciprocate. Whatever you gain, whatever you learn, don't keep it to yourself. It is to be shared. Gifts are to be shared. Gifts are to be given, not to be kept with oneself. Recognize who you are and what you have. Be resilient and reciprocate. With these thoughts, if you begin, I believe your journey will be not easy, but it will be a good journey. You will not regret. I wish all of you all the very best, and I would like to thank all our faculty and staff, all the fathers who have been working very hard to prepare for this day. the Student Welfare Office headed by Father Shibu, and all the members who have been working very hard, the Finance Department and the Administrative Wing headed by Father Robin, and all the staff, and the Dean, Vijay Sir, and IQSC Director, Sudhir Sir, along with all the other deans and assistant deans, faculty members have been working very hard to make it a good day. And we don't end with this day. It is just the beginning. Throughout the week, there are a lot of things lined up, a lot of activities happening, a lot of sessions happening, and they have been preparing very hard. I would like to thank all of them for their hard work and commitment and love for our college. I wish all of you a wonderful day, all the best, and God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father, for those words of motivation and strength. St. Francis de Sales College rises to equip students and bring out the best in them. We provide various facilities to encourage, motivate, and furnish opportunities for new explorations. We now have a visual tour of the facilities at SFS.
Check. Welcome to St. Francis de Sales College. As you begin this new, exciting chapter, let's take a quick tour of our campus. From classrooms and laboratories to student spaces and recreational facilities, every corner of SFS is designed to support your learning, growth, and unforgettable college experience. Let's get started. Every journey begins with a single step. As you enter through these gates, you become a part of the SFS family. Here, every day brings new opportunities. We have a dedicated academic and administrative offices to support your academic needs and ensure a smooth functioning of college life. The principal's office is the heart of institutional leadership. Under the guidance of Reverend Father Binu Edathum, the college upholds the values of Salesian tradition. The Vice Principal's office, led by Reverend Father Shibu, works closely with students and faculty to ensure the smooth coordination. The Finance Administrator's office, headed by Reverend Father Robin, manages financial services and administrative support. The Admission and Student Welfare Offices are here to guide, support, and enrich your campus journey. The library, with its integrated digital system, is the intellectual hub of our campus. The chemistry lab offers hands-on training that promotes scientific inquiry and practical application. We have an advanced MCA computer lab for hands-on training. The physics laboratory allows students to explore scientific principles through experiments, strengthening conceptual understanding and analytical thinking. The BBA lab equips students with essential business and digital skills. The BCA computer lab provides hands-on learning to build technical expertise. The DK Auditorium hosts seminars, workshops, cultural events, guest lectures, and numerous student activities that enrich campus life beyond the classroom. Welcome to the Mermaid Auditorium, our largest venue and the heart of major college events. Our conference hall and D-Sales hall host seminars, workshops, meetings, and student activities, providing vibrant spaces for learning, collaboration, and campus events. Our faculty members are always approachable and committed to guiding you both academically and personally. The faculty rooms are where ideas are shared, lessons are planned, and mentorship begins. Your career journey starts here. Our Center for Training and Placements prepares students for successful careers. The Office of Examinations and the IQAC office are dedicated to maintaining the quality of education and institutional excellence. The boardroom is where important and academic decisions are discussed, helping shape the future and growth of the institution. Creativity meets technology in our media room, where students engage in multimedia production, digital communication, content creation, and innovative learning experiences. Here, imagination is transformed into impactful stories and digital innovation. Leadership, discipline, service, and social responsibility come alive through NCC and NSS. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite or catching up with friends, Arts Cafe and Cloud Cafe offer welcoming spaces to relax and recharge. Our basketball court and football ground encourage fitness, teamwork, and sportsmanship, offering students the perfect place to play, compete, and stay active. And here we are at one of the most loud landmarks, I Love SFS. Don't forget to capture a picture. It marks the beginning of a beautiful journey. That brings us to the end of our campus tour. We hope this glimpse of St. Francis de Sales College makes you feel at home and excited for the journey ahead. Once again, welcome to the SFS family.
Dear Dieselites, we assure holistic growth and development as you start off your odyssey at SFS. Great achievements are conquests through faith and confidence. The strength of courage has grown into a pillar of certainty. We are honored to have Professor Dr. Paul C. Salins as our chief guest. I request Dieselite Arbia to introduce our chief guest for the day.
Check. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. Distinguished dignitaries, esteemed faculty, dear Dieselites and parents, it is indeed a privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Professor Dr. Paul C. Salins. A global surgeon, a visionary healthcare leader, researcher, innovator, whose contributions have transformed lives across the world. Dr. Salins serves as the medical director and senior vice president of Narayana Healthcare, Majumdar Shaw Multispeciality Medical and Cancer Center, managing director of the Majumdar Shaw Medical Foundation, and head of Department of Craniofacial Surgery. Sir also holds several prestigious leadership positions, including Vice Chairman of the Scan Research Trust, Chairman of Mindsculpt Analytics Private Limited, and Director of the Majumdar Shaw Innovation Center. Internationally recognized as a pioneer in craniomaxillofacial and reconstructive surgery, Dr. Salins has introduced groundbreaking innovations in facial reconstruction and orthomorphic surgery, restoring hope, dignity, and confidence in countless patients. His pioneering work has significantly advanced the field of reconstructive and regenerative medicine. Driven by an unrelenting passion for innovation, Dr. Salins has expanded his research into artificial intelligence, computational sciences, and predictive healthcare. His work in AI-driven decision intelligence and early predictive diagnostics is helping redefine the future of medicine by integrating advanced technology with compassionate patient care. A true polymath, Dr. Salins is also an artist, thinker, and advocate of interdisciplinary education. He believes that the harmonious blend of science, art, culture, and creativity is the key to nurturing innovative minds and responsible leaders capable of addressing the challenges of tomorrow. Dieselites, please join me in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Dr. Paul C. Salins. I now request Sir to kindly address the gathering.
Check, check.
You can take this off, right? Or I should stand on this. It's a great honor and greatly humbled to be here in this educational institution. Can we put the volume down? I do not want this noise. And particularly, really, it was a privilege for me to meet Father Binu Edathirambil and Father Shibu yesterday. And really, today, listening to him, I'm greatly humbled. And I'm also very happy to meet Dr. Damodaran and the other fathers. And when I see all of you today, I remember my own life. A lot has been said. Thank you very much for the kind words that were spoken to me. And particularly, I speak to the people in the last row because all my life I have always sat in the last row. I hope you can hear me. Can you raise your hand if you can really hear me clearly? Oh, good. That's fine. So, first of all, I think I identified many of you here who are not very good students. There are a lot of students who are coming here who are brilliant. I think one of them we can switch off probably. Yeah, okay. I think there are many here who are brilliant, accomplished, who have great marks, and so on and so forth. When Father just now spoke about accepting everybody, I remembered my only beginning. I still remember very distinctly my mother taking me to MGM College in Udupi, where I come from. There were two colleges. One is Purna Prajna College, another one is MGM. MGM was considered in those days a much more advanced college. Since I had very bad scores in SSLC, in those days SSLC, and my mother took me to request for a seat for admission in the MGM college in those days. And Dr. Bhatt was the dean of the college. And my mother was, although she was the director of the Udupi Mission Hospital, which was built up, and a friend of PMFI, she wore a very simple sari and she took me and he made me sit in front of him. And then gave my marks card and said, I would like you, my son, to study in your esteemed college. So he took the mark card like this and looked at it and put it down and gave a hard look to my mother and said, if my son had marks like this, even I would not be admitting him into this college. Well, I was not a good student. I knew my deficiencies. I was not attending school very regularly. But really, today, it warmed my heart to hear what Father said. And my mother did not even blink an eye. She immediately said, Paul, stand up. And we both stood up. She told, Mr. Bhatt, it's very clear to me that your institution is unfit to educate my son. See, it does not matter. And I think as I go over the years, I remember that confidence. It does not matter. You know, I was very bad student. Today, if I stand before you something, it is only sheer God's grace and my mother's prayer and hard work. What I'm trying to tell you is this. It simply does not matter how you begin your career, which institution you go to, or where you are positioned, and what is your antecedents. But it is how you allow the institution to transform your thinking and put an ambition into you, a desire into you, and the capacity for perseverance and hard work that ultimately transform. That has been my story. So the second point I really want to give, actually, TMFI at that time, who is the founder of Manipal, he founded the Manipal Institution. I remember, in fact, I copied it here and came. He said something when he started Manipal. People said, oh, this is an institution where people are paying money and coming. What sort of institution it will be? What sort of students it will create? And when he opened the polyclinic, not the engineering college, only the polyclinic, this is what he said. And I think every teacher should listen to this. He said, not all the fields are first-class fields. Or even in, you must identify and plow the third-class fields as well. Put good manure, sow good seeds, supply adequate quantity of water, and try to see whether you can beat the records of the first-class fields. I mean, whether it is medicine or engineer or economics or whatever it is. To identify so-called not so brilliant students and the best out of them to be on par, if not better, than the so-called brilliant students. And what Manipal has done is extraordinary. They did not take rank students. They took very ordinary students. And what they provided was inspiration. And all of us who came out of Manipal went on to become something because we had learned the value of recognizing what is in us and the value of hard work. Second thing I want to share with you is that you will learn, you will fail. I think if at all there is anything inevitable is failures again and again, and of course, death. It is as certain as that. And very often, when you become as old as me, you begin to realize the failures are the steering wheel. It is not successes. See, it has been said, somebody has very wisely said, the greatest tragedy in life is not that we try very difficult things and fail. That is not the tragedy. Tragedy is that very often we try simple things and succeed and never go beyond it. I think this is the story of many a brilliant student. I have taught over the past 50 years many first-rank students. They are not the ones today who are shining, but the students I underestimated, who were not the first-class students, but who had the desire to be somebody. See, many people get a job that finishes their progress. That is why I really think the classical example is Dr. Kiran Mazumdar and also Mr. Temepai himself. If you hear the story of Dr. Kiran Mazumdar, who founded Biocon, she desperately wanted to be a doctor. She applied, by the way, to St. John's Medical College. But in those days, ladies had a very limited number of seats. And she was terribly upset that the medical seat was not given to her, although she had all the marks. Okay? And she went and told her father, why don't you pay money and get me into the medical school? And he said, for education, this is told to me by her own mother, Yamini, was a great, wonderful person I had the privilege to know. And father said, nothing doing. I will not pay money for education. Even if you're a boy, I would not pay. That ended the conversation. And finally, because her father was the brewmaster of UB City, she got an opportunity to study brewing. And she went to Australia and did a degree in becoming a brewer. You know, how to make beer. And she came back and started, as a brewing lady, doing the chemistry of brewing and fermentation. And the next setback came to her when an opportunity came to become the brewmaster. That is, who take ownership for the taste. So when she applied for the job, although she had all the qualifications, she did not get it. She was absolutely distraught. because she was a woman who said, who will really value a beer brand which is actually brewed by a woman? You see, that was the problem in those days. In fact, that single setback was the one which actually transformed Kiran Mazumdar. She went on to open her own company. In her garage, she set up a laboratory. She personally, with one driver, went and sold the enzymes she prepared, and that paved the way for the pharmaceutical industry. Today, if you find her, actually, one of the great privileges I had was when I came to here, I met Dr. Devi Shetty, who taught me how he had transformed cardiac care from a very expensive, exclusive care into something available to common people. And the next half day was spent with Kiran Mazumdar, when she actually showed me what she had dreamt for Biocon. I thought to myself, where else can you really have a career? Where else can you have an opportunity? Because this is the future, and I wanted to have a stake in the future. That is why the second point I tell you, if there is a failure, you will face failure. Think of the failure as the way you turn a steering wheel. When you are on a road, if you did not steering the wheel, you probably will fall into a hole or some problem. In fact, the directions in your life will be given by failures, and the best thing is to learn how to cope with them. Same thing with TMA Pai. He finished medicine, LLM, I think, and came to Malpe and started a medical practice. He was not successful because the patients were very poor. All these fishermen, what will they give? 25 paisa they used to give. I mean, and 20, they did not have money. So he's told his mother, I would like to go to Japan and do post-graduation. Then I can go out of Malpe and teach in a medical school or somewhere. She said, nothing doing. You will not go. If you want to do something, you do to the community here. We wanted that vision. So he realized that only way he could transform was to transform the people so that they have some money. So from a medical care, he actually transferred his thought with his brother to banking and providing resources. What is the outcome of that? Syndicate bank and an enormous infrastructure. And what is the extension of that? TMF, I used to meet him. And in those days, and whenever he got an award, a silver this thing or something, he would always come and give it to the students. And why? Once, he brought a silver sword, and he kept, hold it, Paul, hold it. And I wondered why. He said, you should also aspire. What is stopping you from getting a silver or the gold sword for that matter? You see, that is the spirit that actually brought us forward. So I tell you, do not fear failure. In fact, I have faced many failures. And even at the age of 70, I'm embarking on a new mission with full understanding that it can actually lead to failure. But if with failure also comes greater the risk, greater the gain. Never forget that. Then thirdly, do not think the classroom is where you are going to get your education. It is life. If you think that the books and the classrooms are going to fashion your life and your degree is going to qualify what you are going to be, boring, is it? So you have to remember that it is not so. It is ultimately, the school can only teach you the capacity to understand and learn and plan your future. It equips you the vocabulary of learning. That's all. Learning you have to do from life. In fact, once a 12-year-old boy, I'm going to read this letter to you. I hope you will enjoy this. This is a young boy, a 12-year-old. I wrote it down here. In May 1954, Paul Clausen Jr., a 12-year-old boy living in Alexandria, Virginia, sent a letter to Mr. Justice Felix Frankfurter, who was one of the most celebrated judges of the Supreme Court of the United States, the Chief Justice. And he wrote to him like this. He wrote to him, he wanted advice, some way to start preparing myself for junior high school, and he to become ultimately a lawyer. And this is the advice Justice Frankfurt wrote. Please, please, please listen to it and take it. He wrote, "My dear Paul, no one can be truly competent lawyer unless, first of all, he's a cultivated man. Cultivated man is a man who is complete, who has more than just the qualifications, more than the degrees. If I were you, I would forget about any technical preparation for the law. The best way to prepare for the law is to be a well-read person. Most of you, I saw that there's a beautiful library. Most of you will spend your time only on your phones. If you spend 30% of the time you spend on your phones with books, you will find that that single factor will transform you." He wrote, "The best way to prepare for the law is to be a well-read person. Thus alone can one acquire the capacity to use the English language on paper and in speech, and with the habit of clear thinking, which only truly liberal education can give." Now, I deal with very advanced computation problems. I deal with synthetic cognition, and I deal with artificial intelligence, particularly with quantum computing. And the fabric for that, the thought process for that, do not lie neither in mathematics or in engineering, but in your capacity to appreciate the subtlety of poetry and the refinement of the mind that is required. And I'll tell you, going forward, I always ask my engineers and our people to study Shakespeare so that you understand the meaning of the complexity of the human behavior, and also focus on poetry. In fact, I got people reciting poetry and really understand the complexity of how poetry expresses life. Appreciate art and truly, truly understand music. I really would request the father, in your music school, it should not be, first of all, just teaching somebody to play the piano or the violin. The first 1 month should be done to make them appreciate and love music. Children are dragged and put to play the piano. They never continue it. Why? They never actually developed a love for music. See, all the complexity of the mind and the networks the brain forms is not provided by the simplicity of the study. By the time you have studied a chapter, it is already outdated, in engineering certainly, even in medicine. It is how the brain forms connections, abstract art, complexity of art, and music are the substrate on which you can develop your brain. So please do it. That is the second advice. Then finally, I end with, so then he says, stock your mind with the deposit of much good reading and widen and deepen your feeling by experience vicariously as much as possible the wonderful mysteries of the universe, and forget about your future career. The career will find you. You understand? If you really become an accomplished person, the career will come looking for you. Money will come looking for you. Somebody, if you run behind money, it will run away. But if you are actually pursuing value, you will find that the money will come running to you. That's the experience of everybody, whether it's Kiran Mazumdar, Devi Shetty, or anybody. They focused on helping the poor, and that was the transformative. Finally, I leave you with what my mother taught. My mother always told me, my mother was a very distinguished doctor, and she worked in a mission hospital, and I have always seen her perform amazing things with resources which are hardly ever possible. She taught me a very good principle. When the human capability ends, that is not the ending. That is when God's power becomes manifest. I have made it a primary rule in my life. Today morning, I prayed for all of you because there is very limit to what I cannot inspire you. I can only tell you about my life. But she taught me when I was operating on some of the most complex cases, because in those days we did not have CT and MRI. We did not know much. You had to do through instinct. She told me, I will be praying and you go boldly and do it. So I prepared myself, and that was the transformative experience. I will tell you, I will leave you with one story that Jesus told. Jesus told a very interesting story. He said, one man was a traveler was going on a street, and a very lonely street. And then what happened was some burglars came and stripped him of everything. And he was actually left on the street, actually naked and wounded, probably left for dead. And many people, 3-4 people passed. One was a priest, another was a scholar, another was it is. All these people, if you go to Loma Linda University, one of the great universities in the United States, you will find the depiction of this, showing this. Then came a man, in that one they show a black person, and this man, he was not a socially great man. He was a Samaritan. He was a very ordinary man. But it says he had compassion on him and he stopped. He took the risk. Everybody had walked away, but he took the risk, took that man into his own, donkey. He treated the wounds with the wine and did something extraordinary. He took him to a inn and told the innkeeper, look after this man. So his duty to his fellow men or his neighbor did not end just taking him there. He said, I'm going to come after some time. And if you spend anything more money, I'll pay you that time. And my mother always taught me that. This is the way if you do. I will tell you what is the root cause of success and happiness is not how much you earn and keep, but I think how much you give. I will just end with just one small thing. Mother Teresa was a patient of Dr. Devi Shetty. And one day he told me, extraordinary story. And every time he came to Mother Teresa, actually when she died also, Dr. Devi was with her. And every time he would come, Mother Teresa would tell him, oh, Dr. Devi, you have to do something for the poor people. In those days, cardiac surgery was extremely expensive and very difficult. So she said, Mother, this is impossible because it is so expensive. It requires enormous resources. It cannot be done. And even if I did it, how many poor people I can improve? Hardly anybody. I can only treat 100 people, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000. Does that make a difference? Next time again come, again she is holding the hand and saying, doctor, you have to do something for the poor. And he said, it is impossible. There is not enough. Then she said something very profound. There are two things. I want you to remember it. She said, first and foremost, if you really are helping the poor and giving yourself, you will never run out of money. See, in Narayana Health, I'm very proud of our institution. We do not charge, if you compare the charge, it is maybe expensive, but so compared to what it is possible, even today, we are able to actually treat the poor and help. And we have the consciousness of it. And you find that it is. Why? And has it actually impoverished us? If you really see, that has made us one of the most successful hospital groups. And that is exactly what she is. We'll never run out of money. And secondly, she said something even more profound. She said, you give and you help the poor, not because God is not able to do that through somebody else. It is because you do it to help yourself. It has nothing to do with whether you are able to treat 1,000 people, poor people or so, but the transformation it brings. So I actually leave you, my dear friends. I really pray to God that in an institution where you are led by people who really are committed to transforming lives, who actually have made an investment into you. They are, you can't imagine. It is not a privilege, not many institutions can boast. But in the institution, it values you. And I tell you, if you are put your mind to seek things which will bring value to the whole world, and if you do not look for incremental change, but for exponential change, with God's help, you will do extraordinary things if you are humble. And I pray that God will give you the grace to do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for taking us to that path of encouragement and confidence as our dieselites stand at the threshold of a new beginning. We now have the thematic dance, which is very special as the artists taking the stage are our freshers who are presenting their very first performance as members of the SFS family. Let us encourage them with a warm round of applause as they express the theme.
Begins at home, in the warmth of a mother's care, the love of family. Then comes another unforgettable phase, college life. A world filled with laughter, friendships, dreams, adventures, and emotions. But life is never meant to remain the same. Along with happiness come struggles, failures, disappointments, sadness, and moments of depression. In the end, we learn to live with it all: the joy, the sorrow, the victories, and the setbacks.
Thank you, team, for the brilliant performance. Proud moments are moments created, moments cherished, and rendered as the best days. These are drawn by relentless efforts and determination. We are glad to have with us such a determined individual, Mr. Damodaran Subramanian, as our guest of honor. I request please slide Swati to introduce our guest of honor.
The best way to predict the future is to create it. It is my privilege to introduce our distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Damodaran Subramaniam, CEO and Director on Board, Sadens Technologies, and Founder and Chief Consultant of Futurium. A seasoned industry leader with over 25 years of experience in the fields of VLSI, embedded systems, aerospace and defense, and digital transformation. Throughout Sir's illustrious career, he has held several leadership positions, including Managing Director at Saffron Engineering Services, Vice President and SBU Head, Aerospace and Defense at Aftech Limited. As an alumnus of Annamalai University with an MBA in International Business, Mr. Damodaran is presently pursuing his PhD at Christ University, Bengaluru, where his research focuses on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and cognitive AI for business applications. Widely recognized for his strategic vision and passion for innovation, he is committed to nurturing a highly skilled workforce and driving technological excellence across industries. From his early years in engineering to leading globally recognized organizations, his journey reminds us that success is not a destination, but a continuous pursuit of growth and excellence. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Damodaran Subramaniam. I now request Sir to kindly address the gathering.
Check.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. I need the feedback. So I'm very excited. In fact, I prepared a lot how to start my conversation. But when I see this gathering, it's nostalgic. I go back 40 years before. I got admitted into the entry-level college. I was in the corridor alone with my admission card. Of course, those days, you are permitted to bring your father or your brother. Unfortunately, on that day, my father could not join. Every student were in the campus with their brother or father. I was all alone. Okay? The battle started there. You are alone. You have to move forward. And I don't know where to go. There is no reception, like those days, you have to go and find where you have to get into this college. But you are in a different era. You are privileged. Today, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to give a structured presentation. Of course, I'm going to use some slides. I want to share my experience. It is important. The speakers before, principal and the chief guest, have given lots and lots of experience. Today, I'm not here to present. I'm here to learn something new. That is my passion also, give back to the society. So let me get into the focus that why you are here today. I want to start. Your first slide says that you are already into something. You are more privileged. You are privileged than the rest of the people outside. They are not able to come into this campus. So here is my duty and responsibility to walk you through what is ahead of you, because that's the theme here, at Crescentum. It's very interesting towards growth. And this is not an easy formula. The growth is, like a straight line. You keep moving. As everyone told prior to me, there is a lot of challenges. All I am sharing today are few tips. It may work, it may not work. The success is purely because of your own initiatives. Okay? So this is very important. And first of all, I want to welcome you all. You are all privileged. You have done something extraordinary well in your early days. That's why you are here. You are in a fantastic campus. I'm going to talk about that in the coming slides. Next slide, please. I want to throw some numbers because as a human being, we always want some relativity. 1 versus 100, 1 versus 1,000. We are in India and you are blessed. You are in Bangalore. There are thousands of opportunities in terms of centers. Okay. Sorry that I'm going to tell more technical. Bear with me that it is very important, I feel. And 350,000 companies are going to welcome you. Like Dr. Paul said, like a career companies are looking for you. They are going to fetch you. Third thing is freshers. I like to replace freshers with future executives, future engineers. Freshers means it always, freshers is, like it's momentary. Yesterday you are a fresher, today you are not. You already started day one. You are future engineer, future manager, future scientist. It's like that. And thank God that you are in Bangalore. Like when I landed in Bangalore 30 years before, I see the development. You're fortunate. Second thing is, everything what you need in your career, it is available here. All are fortune. like the facilities, whether it's a medical science or technology, aerospace, space, whatnot. Okay, so take advantage of this. It's not luck, it's a launch pad. Make use of it. Count from now. Day one. Next slide, please. So here, I think I'm one of the fortunate or the last person in this generation. I could see 3 generations. Like when we started in our father's days, everything is in paper and pen. And I got an opportunity to play with computers in my diploma. I also did a lot of remarkable things out of tradition. It also gave me some rewards. That's the mid part of it. Today we are in the Gen Z or whatsoever, like we are talking about so many technologies, but all these things revolves with the humans. Okay, look at the key points here. I just leave this presentation with the faculties here. Every one of you, please go through it. It's very, very important. First thing is, AI was not there 10 years before or during our days. It's coming to the top. It's very important because I believe it, because throughout I believe in digital technology, how it can automate, how it can add value to your profession, whether you're a lawyer, you're a doctor. Now that is something which you need to, no need to worry about this. You have 36 months to explore in the campus and beyond. Second thing is, cloud is the new office. You are not, like anymore attached to a place. You have to go 9 to 5, sit in that place, log into this desk. No, you can do from my mobile phone. For example, last 10 years, I have only 2 gadgets very important for me. I always carry my laptop and my phone. That's my office. How it's possible? Everything is in the cloud. Cyber security gaps. While we are embracing these technologies, there is always a threat, always some negative things. So you need to, all these points are, you just note down these points, do some Google, every day spend 1 hour in preparing something on these topics, whatever your discipline and domain may be. You may be a science graduate, you can be a commerce or an engineering, whatsoever. Data is currency. Today's currency is data. Very, very important. Your name, your phone number, your Instagram ID is worth of several lakhs. All the young people might know that. You know how difficult to protect your Instagram ID? Like you have so many filters, so many references. Who should be your friend? Okay, who should tag? Who should not follow you? Why? Because you are a customer. And you are a customer to many products, many services. Automation and the capacity centers. Today we are in the world of time. Time is money. Okay, we need to take advantage of this. All your resources need to provide more and more. India is a global builder. I strongly believe I had an opportunity to work with 2 of the major domains, automotive and aerospace, for more than 25 years. I went across 20 plus countries. I'm able to see, my bosses used to say, Damo, if no company is putting their foot in India, they are touching the failure. Because India is the place, not only we provide service, but also we do a lot of learning. No, India is no more a country of cheap services. Today we do a lot of innovation here. It is going to come in the coming days. Next slide, please. So this is only a slide, like just to motivate you. Don't worry about the third column, okay? Money comes always later. But if you are a person with a degree, it is only a passport, but what you can do. Second thing is your power up, like where you can go. I just picked up few things. Being the day one, you can always look into this. Next slide, please. Okay, Here is my advice, okay? What we are learning is a theory. It's very important where you are when you are a student. But skills is something which is very unique. Like Dr. Paul said, music. You know, always I have this sad feeling, I wanted to learn music. I bought so many keyboards, but I never mastered the music. My mind goes into the engineering of the tones, engineering of the keyboards. But it's an art. So you need to inculcate a passion and interest into the music. But I want to share some knowledge, like what is the skills? Fluency, like AI is a technology, but you need to practice the fluency. By the way, this presentation was done in 5 minutes. Okay, I gave a prompt. I'm going to meet these Elliot, and this is the college website. And what I want to share in 10 lines, I gave my experience. This is what I want to share. The system generated, formatted. I also said the format should look like my company website. That's it. I didn't know the content. Thanks to the drive of 45 minutes, I browsed through it. That's the confidence today we have on the technology. Slowly, this has to go and test it in the legal, medical, everywhere it's going to make and never underestimate your course, what you are in. Today, the technology is horizontal. You may be a commerce graduate, but you are very much required in the space organization. Financial literacy is very important for a project, vice versa. Okay, data literacy. You need to know, I'm a mechanical graduate, but I spend most of my time in software. I did with my diploma. While working, I joined in BITS Pilani, bachelor's and master's. It's not so easy. Even when I was doing my diploma, I spent around 14 hours in learning. Morning time, I will be in the college. In the second half, I will be in the computer center learning all these courses. I interacted with several disciplines, cross-functional. Communication and storytelling. This is very, very important. Please pick up your friend, pick up your mentor, go and tell your passion, develop the storytelling habit. I was very, very introvert in the early days. I come from a tier 3 city, and I was always, I got inspired by 2 of my friends during my hostel days. Then I started developing. Only when you start telling your ideas in a structured way, people will reciprocate to you, not to appreciate you, but also learn. Adaptability and the learning speed. Time is money. Today, you have everything in your phone. This was not there in our days. Please make use of it. The last one is very, very important. Develop the mindset. Not only for governance, but also ethics. Whatever we do, the technology, how it is impacting the society, what problem you're solving. I think every day morning, I always wake up, okay, what problem we can solve today? It could be at home, it could be in the society, devote some time. Next slide, please. So this is again, it is only to motivate you. This is only a partial list. There are a lot of things. In fact, I need to update this slide and share it with you. This is not only the set of companies. If you have the knowledge and skills, you can apply to any company you end up, any company you see. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, I think now I want to go to everyone is blessed, and I want everyone is a winner. You are a winner in your own space. I think the mindset, actually there is no difference. We are all same. I have the same DNA print. You're also having a similar with the minor variations. But what separates you as a winner? It's a mindset. I always go that I am a winner. You are a winner. If you go with, oh, can I do it? You will never do it. Develop that mindset. Curiosity. I'm always a curious kid. I want to break traditions, not to prove something, but yes, we can do. So curiosity is the first thing. Credentials, having a degree, it's fine. But the degree with curiosity always will take you to the heights. Relationship, that's very, very important. Today, I'm here, I am related, network with thousands of young minds, okay, and the scholars and the senior members. Integrity, always very, very important. It may not be visible in your college days, but as you get into your life, career, integrity is very, very important. Otherwise, you will not be able to achieve anything. Like, for example, building a large organization, college, hospitals. So you need to be very integral, trust. This is most important things. And everyone talked about failure. Here I want to say failure is not opposite of success. It's the way. Like it's the path. I gone through a lot of failures. I always love, especially in aerospace, we call it as a Six Sigma, 1 in million. What that means, you have to try and fail hundreds and thousands and millions of times so that you can certify. Surgery, aerospace, certain technologies, there is no second chance. Even in road, if there is an accident, the survival rate is very high. But in the air, it's 0 or 1. Okay? So I think that is very important. Failure is not opposite of success. Do not have that equation. Next slide, please. So here is my humble request. You have take a notebook. When you go home, buy a 100-page notebook. Please put sections, month 1, then again inside day 1. Okay? Very simple. Like I'm telling what is practical, what is possible. List down. I have given some suggestions. If I would have followed in my days, probably I would have achieved little more. Never mind. Now I am passing this technique to you. I learned from a time management guru. I just want to share it with you. Divide 36 months. Start writing. Year 1. Build your base. This is the most important time. Whether you are reading books, you are getting into library, attending the class, it's simultaneous. It's like an orchestra, a music choir. Like everything should go in parallel. For example, attend every guest lecture. It is as important as attending your regular lectures. Because I learned by attending the lectures of several experts. Please invite. You have a fantastic facility. Every month, one technocrat should come and speak. What is my passion for the last 25 years? I choose a college. I spend half a day or 1 day. That is my social obligation. I've been to most of the colleges, not only in the country, but wherever I travel. Recently, I was in a French island, Reunion Island. There is a lot of ethnic connections. They don't speak the Indian language, but all Indian names. So I went to a college. I know a little bit of a French. I took my friend to translate my concepts and interacted with them. So it's always important, guest lectures. Pick one free online course. There are hundreds of things. My wife always curses me, I spend a lot of screen time. But I always make a point, I sleep with learning one new topic. Today I'm working on a program, how to develop my own program to have an online translator in French to English. Okay, something, like this week, that is my target. Third thing is, join one student club association. You develop your administrative skills. Either you become a president or a volunteer to organize, invite people, open your LinkedIn profile. Second year, that is where you gain the real experience. Take a problem, solve, you will fail, take advice from the mentors, put it back, complete one industry certification. That is, you are getting exposed to the industry. This is called the sandwich program in our days. They break the study, send you to the industry, come back, again go to the industry. Last year, launch your career. Do not worry about your career in the year one. It will come. The numbers I've told you, there is a huge demand for all the good people. Please focus on this. So know your worth, apply, prepare. Okay, this is how. And the world is very wide and open. If something is missing, there is another thing awaiting for you the next day. Whether you want to do a course or a job, this is what you need to learn. Next slide, please. Okay, a word on purpose. Okay, we are coming to some kind of a conclusion here. See, study, there is no end. As you all know that I'm going to touch my 60th birthday in the next few days. But I want to complete, this is my passion. I want to do some research. I want to get, the PhD degree is only a paper, but there's a lot of things behind that. This is an unfinished ambition for so many years because of my busy schedules. Research will give you a true, like a passion and satisfaction to you. You're not only doing the surface, like you go to the deep, understand the problem, develop a solution over that problem. And a very nice thing from your own thing, the education of heart is the heart of education. It's a very nice English, like probably you read it several times, you understand. It's giving, okay? What you know, please share it with others. Build knowledge, serve others, stay rooted, focused. Okay? Thank you very much for your patience listening. And once again, like I am seeing a great workforce of thousands super executives, engineers, scientists, managers visible in front of me. And please reach out to me whenever you want. Invite me on some specific topics. We will spend time together. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and words of encouragement that have undoubtedly inspired our students to embrace innovation, pursue excellence, and face the future with confidence. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. In that spirit, we now invite our esteemed rector, Reverend Dr. Sabu, to bless the Dieselites, igniting in them the flame of purpose, passion, and excellence. We request the new batch of Dieselites to rise as Father bestows blessings.
Let us keep a moment of silence. All the beginners here in SFS, please close your eyes. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And let us pray. God, our Creator and Father, you come before you today with hearts full of gratitude for all the blessings you shower upon us. Thank you for the knowledge and wisdom you have instilled in us, the friendships you help us to develop, and the values you have helped us to learn. As our new students begin another phase of their journey, we ask for your divine wisdom and strength to be with them. Grant them clarity of mind, confidence in their abilities, and peace in their hearts.
May their hard work and dedication bring them success and open doors to bring future. As they step forward into new beginnings, bless them with courage, resilience, and purpose. May they continue to aspire for greatness, uphold integrity, and to make a positive difference in the world. We place them in your loving hands, trusting that you will guide and protect them. Bless our teachers, the staff who will guide them and throughout their time here. Bless our campus and all who work for the good of our children. We make this prayer in the name of God. Amen. May Almighty God, protector, guide, inspirator, be with you in all your struggles, in all your aspirations, in all your needs and wants. And may He bless all of us in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Kindly be seated. Thank you, Father. We are indeed very delighted to have with us Professor Dr. Paul C. Salins, and we are grateful for his time and presence, marking this day a memorable one. We request Reverend Dr. Sabu and Reverend Dr. Binu to do the honors of felicitating Sir. We request Professor Dr. Paul to kindly take the stage and accept this small token of our appreciation and admiration. Requesting Dr. Shibu and Reverend Father Robin to join them on the stage.
Thank you, sir. We now request Mr. Damodaran Subramanian to kindly come forward and accept this small token of our appreciation and gratitude. Thank you, sir, for rendering your kind support and encouraging us with your presence.
Thank you, dignitaries. Gratitude is the finest blossom in the garden of humanity. We request D. Sly Tejashwini to propose the vote of thanks.
Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. As we come to the close of Deeksharambha 2K26, it is my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, we raise our hearts in gratitude
to God for his abundant blessings and providence. We pray that wisdom and grace continue to accompany us throughout the academic year. I express our sincere and heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Dr. Paul C. Salins. Sir, we are deeply grateful for your gracious presence and for sharing your invaluable insights with our students. Thank you, sir. I extend my profound appreciation to our distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Damodaran Subramanian, for the inspiring address and motivation to our students to embrace the future with confidence and vision. Thank you, sir. I render my sincere thanks to Reverend Dr. Sabu Francis for his valuable time and presence for making this joyful occasion. Thank you, Father. My heartfelt gratitude goes to our principal, Reverend Dr. Binu, for his visionary leadership and constant encouragement to continue to guide this institution towards excellence. Thank you, Father. I sincerely thank our Vice Principal, Reverend Dr. Shibu Jacob, for his unwavering support and commitment in making this program a memorable one. Thank you, Father. I also express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Vijay Fidelis, Dean of Academics, for his unwavering commitment to academic excellence and for his dedicated efforts in ensuring the success of this event. Thank you, sir. I rendered my heartfelt gratitude to all the fathers and sisters whose prayers, encouragement, and unwavering support continue to strengthen the mission and vision of St. Francis de Sales College. Thank you all. I gratefully acknowledge all the faculty members and non-teaching staff whose tireless efforts behind the scenes have made this program a success. A special word of thanks to the parents for entrusting us with the education and formation of their children. We value your trust and partnership. Thank you. And to our dear students, the newest members of the Desalite family, thank you for your enthusiastic participation. May your journey here be marked by growth, learning, and pursuit of excellence. Finally, I thank each one present here for adding the meaning and warmth to this occasion. May the spirit of Deeksharambha 2K26 inspire us all to strive for knowledge, wisdom, and service to humanity. Thank you and have a blessed day ahead.
Thank you, Tejaswini. We request everyone to kindly rise as the dignitaries take leave. You may now be seated. To thrive, you must know the framework that supports you. I now invite Dr. Vijay Fidelis, Dean, to share the institutional governance and policies.
Check. Check.
Good morning, everyone. Why the energy levels are down? Good morning, everyone. Thank you. The first and foremost, that institutional governance, I will be giving an insight to what exactly lies and what are the basic guidelines, what you need to follow. First, let's look into the college vision and mission statements. The next slide, please. Our vision and mission statements are quite simple. The vision is excellence, efficiency, and transformation. I think so. Our esteemed guests have stressed upon one important factor in this, that is transforming. And the catalyst is well within you, and definitely the faculties are going to support you as a catalyst as well. But please make a note of these vision statements: excellency and efficiency and transformation. And our mission, how exactly we are going to achieve this, is love of God and service to humanity. Most of your digital imprints, what we got in your, the Deeksharambha, when it was inaugurated, I could see some of you write that I want to develop a new software. I was glad to note that somebody wanted to be a teacher here as well. Thank you. And that is what we look into: transforming people, transforming the society, transforming you as individuals. And our patron, St. Francis de Sales, and the founder, Father Peter Mermier. I will not go too much into depth, but kindly make a note of these two esteemed fathers who had a great vision to impart education to the society. And the missionaries of St. Francis de Sales have a rich history and legacy of close to 188 years. What started as a small in a small place in Italy called as Annecy. It's been only a year, but I think so when Father Binu used to talk about this again and again, and it got reinforced in me, even the place I remember. That is a small place called as Annecy, where exactly all these things started, and they moved to India, and they supported the vision of what exactly is to educate young minds. 188 years, 32 countries, and over 200 educational institutions. We have one rich legacy. The Nobel laureate, that is C.V. Raman. You know that he's an alma mater, he's an alumnus of SFS. He studied in one of the oldest school of SFS in Visakhapatnam, which is still existing. It is close to somewhere around 120 years or 150 years. And that is what is the rich legacy you will also carry forward. And what our management's vision is that we would like to see many more C.V. Ramans, not only C.V. Ramans, many more researchers, and then scientists and entrepreneurs and software engineers out of this institution. And I hope so. There are many seated here. You will make one day everyone proud. Next slide, please. And please do remember that these three aspects, most of you know that as a class teacher, the class coordinators might run you through in detail what is the importance of an autonomous college. One of the primary importance of an autonomous college is that, or how exactly we set apart is that, affiliated college does not have any kind of liberty to touch upon the syllabus and the exams. What happens? Now, for example, you come from Karnataka PU board. Whatever Karnataka PU board says, this time is the exam, this is what is the syllabus, what you need to study, you cannot drift much. But as an autonomous college, we will take your feedback also as a major stakeholder feedback. If the curriculum you feel that needs to be refined, then we will consider that and we will incorporate in our board of studies meeting what will be done by each and every department. You are more than welcome to contribute to betterment of our syllabus in towards the enrichment of the syllabus. So autonomous has two aspects. One is the curriculum what we are going to deliver to you has lot of enriched curriculum rather than an affiliated college. And please do remember, there is a very thin gap what exists between an autonomous college and there is one more thing called as a deemed university or a private university. The line is too thin. But in over another 5 years, we will be there as a deemed to be university, and that is what is the management's vision. And everyone's vision is that over 3 to 5 years, we will be there as a deemed university. So autonomous college, not only the syllabus, the second part is your examination. Examinations will be conducted by the institute in the college, and the results will be declared within 15 days. That is what we have set the benchmark. The Office of Examinations make sure that the results are published within 15 days. The advantage is that you need not wait for 30 days or 60 days. Sometimes the results, you know, right, what is the fiasco, what is there with the NEET and all these things, what is happening. Those kind of things will not prevail here. Within 15 days, you are going to get your results. So that is the advantage of autonomous. These two aspects I have covered. One is syllabus, another one is the examination. There are other aspects also which will be brought into by the class coordinators. The second one is the NAC accreditation. We are accredited by NAC by A grade, and this is our second cycle, not the first cycle, this is the second cycle, and we are bound to go to the third cycle. Once we have finished that, then the next aspect of the deemed university status will be pushing through. The next one is we have got 6 research centers. Now, what is the research center? You as an undergraduate student should not undermine what exactly is the value of research. Today, you very well agree with me to the fact that a student in 9th standard also has a patent. Am I correct or not? A student in 9th standard is having a patent, and they are going leaps and bounds, going to countries, presenting their ideas and patenting them. Recently, one student whom I know, she is only in the 8th standard. She went to UK, presented her idea. She got funding of somewhere close to around 10,000 USD. When an 8th standard student can do it, you are definitely way ahead of them in terms of, please don't think that after post-graduation only you have to start your research. You are wrong. Please start your research. Have a good eye for what exactly is your innovation. There are plenty of problems, not only in Bangalore, throughout the globe. So look into problems and see whether you could bring some kind of innovation or invention into it. So research centers, there are 6 research centers what we have. Research center means you can pursue your PhD. So what we exist is, what is there is commerce. Apart from that, we have computer science and applications. Then we have psychology. Then we are having mathematics. Then we are having economics. And one more is the management. So 6 core areas where you could do your research on. And how you could use this opportunity is that for each and every guide, there will be a guide. For each guide, there will be a minimum of 4 candidates who will be allocated. That will be from Bangalore University. And if you are having an incline towards research, you could definitely collaborate with them. So the options are there for you to collaborate and do a meaningful research. Apart from this, we are going to have two more research centers, one for chemistry, another one for physics. But this will be not under the regular research aspects, but it will be as center of excellence, one in chemistry and physics. There's a lot of research in our institution, what is going on, which has been valued a lot by renowned people. So people with physics, chemistry background can look into a lot of research, collaborative research work. So the next slide. The heritage, what I've already talked about, and some people are there here from SFS PU College. I very well know that there are close to around 150 to 200 students in this particular batch who are from SFS PU. And thank you for taking the patronage and continuing a patronage with us. Definitely you're not going to be let down on any aspect. And when you look into this campus, is approximately somewhere close to 60 acres, and we house up to 12,500 students, which includes 4 schools and then 1 PU college and a degree college. Apart from that, people do know that we have a theology college also. Many have come from the theological background to study with us. So please do remember that we have all these aspects in the campus, and in our campus we have somewhere around close to 3,000 students. And next slide, please. And this is our timeline achievements. So please see when exactly we started in the year 2004. What we started with close to 9 students. Now we are having 3,000 odd students. And all these are our accomplishments. We have not put all the other research programs here, but I have already emphasized on that. That is also one of the major achievements. Next slide, please. And for everybody to know what are all the UG and PG programs, what we offer. See, it happens so that you are studying in the institution and you are not aware of what exactly are the PG programs of what is there in our institution. So undergraduate programs, what and all we offer: BCA, BBA, Bachelor of Arts, and then BSc, BCom. Under this, we have various other sub-disciplines what you could take from. In postgraduate, we have MSW, MBA, MCA, MSc Psychology, MCom, MA Economics, and even we have MSc Mathematics. If you see how exactly the programs are put across, you don't get all these courses in most of the colleges. This you will find in only minimum colleges where, like BSc or MSc Mathematics, people who want to thrive in mathematics can take up. And there is one diploma program which we have introduced this year, that is PG Diploma in Neuroscience, Information Counseling and Wellness, which is associated with psychology. Anybody can take up this diploma program. The prerequisite is that at least you have to finish at 1 year of your UG, and then you can take up this particular program. The in thing now is that most of the aspects what are revolving is into psychological aspects and then mental health, right? Have you seen, most of you are from Bangalore. I have never seen, I am also from Bangalore. What surprised me was that one day when I was traveling, I saw one bus which was written Nimans. Earlier and all, Nimans means it was only for people who had some kind of issues. They call it as mental people. But now it is not that way. Nimans is catering to a wider set of audience in terms of what kind of illness and what are the issues what are pertaining to the society. So these are the programs what are there in undergraduate, and I've already emphasized on the doctoral program, PhD. Next slide, please. I think so most of you, when you came for your admissions, the admissions team has emphasized that there is a social immersion program. Am I correct or not? Social immersion program. Now, what are the social immersion program? Social immersion program is nothing but we will give you an opportunity. See, we are not just put there as a propaganda to just gain admissions. No, we really mean business. See, these are a few of the universities what I've listed, what we already gained MOU. One of the prestigious one being Western Michigan University, and then DeSales University that is in USA, and then Miami University in USA. All these universities what we have signed MOU with. Now we encourage students, or we are going to give an option that you can go for a social immersion program or a student exchange program to these universities, not in your initial year, but any year you can definitely go. But please keep in mind that if you are having that Thrive, it is not just imprinted on the admission aspect, it is, we really mean that. So we are going to provide social immersion programs for you to go. And we have not only, I know your mind runs now, sir, US is quite costly for us to bear the cost. So what we are doing is that we are tying up with many Southeast Asian universities. One of the recent universities what we got tie up with is that University of Economics, what is there in Vietnam. The opportunities are there plenty. Only thing is that you have to make use of this particular opportunity. So please remember, these are not only collaborations what we have put in terms of, we have certain universities in Malaysia, Thailand, and then we have it in Vietnam, US, and then we have it in Indonesia, Singapore. Many more are in pipeline. Once all these things, the departments will definitely coordinate with you on how you could take this forward as a student immersion program. Next slide, please. So totally we have somewhere close to around 104 teachers, teaching faculty, that is our strength. So they will help you on a day-to-day basis. Each and every department has a following protocol. So we have different levels of hierarchy. Each and every department will have one person called as the highest level will be the dean of the department. Then below that in the hierarchy will be the assistant dean. Then there will be the program in charge. In other places they call it as HOD, head of the department. Here the nomenclature is different. We call it as program in charge. Then we will have the class coordinators. So I hope so everybody has been put into groups. If not, then it will happen, and you will be coming to know who exactly your class coordinator is tomorrow. When you're coming in for sessions tomorrow, your class coordinator will be doing the first session of mentoring with you. When the mentoring happens, then you will come to know who's your program in charge. So please do remember, there are different levels of hierarchy what we follow for your, so that it is not only to the HOD what you run to. So you must know, and after class coordinators, you will have class representatives also who will take it forward. We have a very strong, later on the slides I will talk about it, we have a very strong student council team, and I definitely urge everyone to be part of this actively. Then only we can bring in a lot of change. And please go back to the previous slide. So other than 104 teaching faculty across departments, we have 30 non-teaching faculty members who will be assisting you in admission related or any other administrative related any kind of issues what are there, then they will be addressing you. Then we have the ministerial staff who look into the cleanliness and then cleanliness aspect. So this is in terms of our HR. Next slide, please. This is what I was talking about, our student council members. Please, everybody should know that we have a separate council, undergrad UG council members, student council members, and then PG council members. So, undergraduate council members, we have 22 of them, and then 14 members in postgraduate. Their primary thing is not to be just nominated as a student representative in the council, but bring forward what exactly are the concerns, or if there is any challenges what the students are facing directly to the management. We will definitely establish a pathway for that, for student representative councils to meet regularly with the management and pour across what exactly is the concern from the student fraternity. So please do remember that it comes with a big responsibility, and you have to have a lot of ethical implications what you must have when you are nominated as a student council member. Unethically, we cannot move ahead. It's all got to do with certain level of ethics what you need to imbibe on. So this is on the council members. Next slide, please. Important aspect, your class timings. You will see me regularly on the what to say, in the entrance, just looking into whether you are coming before 8:30. I know, staying in Bangalore, the common thing what you tell is that, sir, traffic. Now you have to manage time wisely. Later I will definitely talk. I know there's a lot of work, especially in Chandapura, Anekal belt, and we know how Bangalore traffic is. But you have to plan well. Consider every day as a interview what you have to attend in Infosys or in Wipro. You will not go late there. So please I will anyhow read out those people who are on the last. The first hour it starts at 8:30. And please remember, the teachers will be there on the campus at 8 o'clock. Their timings are from 8 o'clock to 4 p.m. So the staff members are bound to be there at 8 to 4. You can definitely come before that. We are not going to tell no. 8:30 is the first session what starts, and prior to that, we will have a small prayer, and then either the national anthem or the college anthem what will be put across. So please do respect that. Please stay, remain glued in wherever you are. Please don't move around when there is the prayer and national anthem or the college anthem played. So kindly make a note that whenever the college anthem you hear or national anthem getting played at 8:30 sharp, please don't do anything at that point of time. 8:30 to 9:25 is your first hour, and then the second hour you will have 9:30 to 10:20. Each sessions are 50 minutes. What we have given, 50 minutes each. The first short break is from 10:20 to 10:40. The short break is 10:20 to 10:40. And then we will have another 2 hours starting from 10:40 to 11:30 and 11:35 to 12:20 p.m. From 12:20 to 1, you will have your lunch, 12:20 to 1. This. And the afternoon sessions, 1 to 1:50 will be your fifth hour, and then 1:55 to 2:45 will be the sixth hour. In case there are certain departments, especially with pure science and humanities department, their classes can get extended up to 4 o'clock. That depends, because there will be a lot of other core papers what to be studied. And do make a note that the student activities timings, see, there is one cell which is very active in our college, that is Student Welfare Office, SWO, we call it as. I'll just later tell you what and all are the activities or what are the clubs what you could be part of. Please, that is what even Damodaran sir was emphasizing. Your first year, you should be part of one club. And this is what it is catered to. It is not for faculties, it is for you. Now, please do mention, please do note that 250 to 320 student activities up to 4 o'clock. And then on Saturdays, the same timing, and then it will wind up by 1 p.m. So, all the Saturdays are half days except for the second Saturday. Second Saturday is a holiday. We don't work. So, second Saturday is a holiday. First, and all the odd Saturdays are working, half a days. So then, next slide, please. This is something which has to be taken care of. See, please don't expect myself and class teachers and class coordinators to do the moral policing of telling you why are you not wearing your formal shoes, why you're not wearing your belt, why you're not tucked in your shirt. Personal grooming is important, right? Personal grooming is important. First impression is the best impression what you could give. So kindly make sure that you are well groomed. On the following days, you will have in the induction program, there will be a person who will be talking to you about personal hygiene. And we as, sorry to say that, whenever somebody tells that there's an Indian sitting near to you in the plane, they are a little bit hesitant. I'll tell you, the main reason is that personal hygiene. Personal hygiene means not wearing perfume. Personal hygiene means not wearing the best of the clothes. Personal hygiene means if you are using certain things, how you leave it to the next person to be used. Japan lost against Brazil in the World Cup. Am I correct or not? Japan lost. But still, you remember, their basic thing is that even if they have lost, they cleaned the entire stadium and they left. This is what I mean by personal hygiene. Personal hygiene means not how you are, but how exactly you give it to the next person to use. Whether it is a chair or whether it is, when you're going to the restroom, these are basic things. We as Indians are a little bit harsh on these aspects. I think so definitely we can groom ourselves on this, but on these aspects. So do remember that what is the standard uniform what is given to you, that is compulsory on the days what are mentioned. Please don't come with your fancy ideas. And Mondays, when it is a blazer to be worn, when it is asked why you are not with your blazer, means, sir, I put it for laundry. Monday is not the day to put it for laundry. Saturday. So kindly make a note of this, and please don't get morally pulled up for these reasons. You are also going to, diminish your confidence levels. So don't do that. And you are matured enough, I think so, to take this particular point that, the personal aspect of personal grooming is something what we give a highest level of importance to. So kindly look into that. And formal shoes means formal shoes. Loafers are not permitted. Loafers are not part of formal attire. Kindly make a note, especially with both of the genders here. Please make a note what exactly the formal attire is. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays are uniform days. And on formal days, that is Wednesdays and Saturdays, are also formal. That doesn't mean that you have to come with your RCB jersey and support Isalanu Kappunamde. We will give you an opportunity or a day for that. to showcase all those things. But please do remember that formal attire means, again, it should be formal again with your shoes, please. Sandals, loafers, and then floaters are not permitted. So kindly make a note. If there are parents also watching online, please insist, we insist on this particular aspect, that slippers, chappals, floaters are not permitted on any of the days. So next slide, please. Okay. Attendance to be maintained. We expect all the students to come on all the days, but I know it's not possible, humanly not possible, but there are people who get 100% attendance on the day of graduation, people who have come without taking any leave. There are students. So we definitely give awards to them, those people who have been regular to college. So there are certain endowment awards what are given at the end of the semester. I hope so this time the list will be big especially for this batch. So kindly note that, and 85% of attendance is what is expected out of you across the semester, and you can monitor that easily in a tool, ERP tool called as Linways. Linway technology, automatically you will come to know what exactly is your attendance. And please do remember that if there are 6 subjects, you must have, it's not an average of 85%, each subject you must have 85% of attendance. So kindly make a note of that, and you please monitor your attendance through Linways, your ERP software. And the promotion criteria is simple. You must get 50% of the marks. 100 marks means, anyhow, this will be talked a little bit more by Office of Examination on what are your different CIA components, that is continuous internal assessment, and how we are going to take it forward. So kindly have, in terms of, please don't lose focus. If you lose focus for even 6 months, others are going to go way ahead of you. Please don't backtrack yourself in terms of having backlogs. That again is going to put your confidence level down. Next slide, please. Now, these are the certain level of code of conducts. I am not going to read all of this. Please go through it. One thing which I want to stress upon is that point number 10. Zero tolerance for ragging, bullying, harassment, discrimination, violence, and substance